Welcome to Miller's Monsters. I'm Mr. Beelzebub. This here is Count Luna. Behind me is Edgar P. the Scully. And we're going to have a story about automatic writing today. And Ed Warren talks a little bit about automatic writing, and he says it's one of the principal ways that spirits can communicate. And what happened? Hey, ow! Let go. Crazy. No, hey. God, that's wrong. Sorry. What happens is the medium stays in their normal state, and the spirit, through the subconscious mind, takes control of the hand, and they have a pen in their hand and a piece of paper, and the spirit writes whatever it wants on that piece of paper. And today I'm going to tell you about Claire. And Claire was at a funeral for her aunt, and her aunt was very wealthy. It was a great funeral, in a well-to-do cemetery. None of that really has nothing to do with the story of Claire, but while at this funeral, during her prayer, she felt like somebody was standing next to her and whispering in her ear, and she could tell it was a lady, but she couldn't tell what the lady was saying, but she really had the feeling that somebody was standing next to her trying to communicate with her. So, a few days later, Claire's at home going about her normal routine, and she begins to write a letter to a friend of hers that she's been putting off for 6 or 7 months, and all of a sudden her hand just starts writing. It seems to be out of her control, and what was written down was Daniel was in love with somebody else. Now, she has no idea where this came from. She has no idea who Daniel was. But yet there it was written on paper, and she tried to write some more, and it seemed like she was back in control of her hand, and she went on writing. So, what is this mysterious message? Who is this mysterious Daniel? And why is this spirit trying to communicate with Claire? I'll tell you the rest of that in a minute. But first, please hit the subscribe, ring the bell. Hit the like. Set yourself up for notifications, and come back here. You want to play it back? Tell your friends to like, subscribe, and watch as well, and I thank you in advance, and so does Count Luna. So we'll be back, and I will tell you the rest of this story about Claire and this spirit and what she was trying to communicate. Okay, so I have to give you a little background about Claire before we continue our story. And turns out Claire had a boyfriend, and he admitted to be cheating on her, and many times, numerous times. And of course they broke up, and this was before the funeral. So she's once again, a few days later, sitting down, starting to write a letter to her friend. Sounds like fireworks outside. And all of a sudden, she loses control of her hand, and this is written: Daniel betrayed me. That's why I killed myself. He saw his old girlfriend on our wedding day. I know you'll understand. I contacted you at the cemetery the other day. I know that your boyfriend betrayed you too. So now we know the reason why Claire was contacted by this spirit. Seems they have something in common, two pretty rotten boyfriends that cheated on both of them. Unfortunately, the spirit ended up unliving herself. Got to make sure I use the right terminology so they don't hold back old Beelzebub here and not want to play his stuff. And Claire couldn't believe what she saw, what was written. And she just stared there for a while and waited, and nothing else was written for that day. And what they learned is the spirit was named Jackie, and she was from the town, and her boyfriend, like she said, had cheated on her numerous times, and they have dealt with it before. And but this one time, it was too much for her, and she unalived herself. And they had even survived her coming home, finding him, or no, her coming to his office, finding him making love to somebody on the desk. But Daniel was a creep. Claire's boyfriend was a creep. And it seems like these two, one alive, one unalive, have found a connection between the living world and the spirit world. And why Jackie reached out to Claire, I don't know. Maybe it was to prevent her from doing anything like Jackie had done, or just she was lonely and she wasn't dealing with the afterlife very well, and she was in search for a friend. And this is all speculation, on the Warrens' part. So over the next 3 weeks, she got a few more, letters, and they seem to grow a true friendship. There's nothing at all malicious about Jackie. They just seem to be sharing a good friendship over their common unfortunate ground. So one day, Claire is just happened to visit a psychologist that was a teacher of hers, and she decided to tell him about what was going on and the conversations she was having through automatic writing with Jackie. And of course, he did not believe her. In fact, he went as far as to say, Jackie, mixed them up. Claire, what's going on here is that you've created Jackie to help you get through the trauma you suffered at the hands of your boyfriend. And this upset Claire quite a bit. And, she was distraught, and he said, hey, maybe you would like to see me for a while. He offered even not to charge her, but Claire said, yeah, okay, and left, and never called him, never went back to him, and never told anybody about Jackie again until she wrote the Society. And again, the Society is a group headed by Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren, and they would investigate these things. And it appears through the letter to them that they have been communicating back and forth for 4 decades. She is now, at the time of the letter, she was married, had some children. They knew about Jackie. They supported her with Jackie. And they've had a good relationship throughout through this whole 4-decade time period. And, it begs the question, we still don't know, was Jackie someone that helped Claire get through this troubling time, from the spirit world? Was Jackie from the spirit world, or was Jackie the subconscious person that Claire was talking to? And it struck me odd that obviously if she created Jackie, it's through in her subconscious mind, and the way auto writing works is through the subconscious mind. The spirit takes control of the hand and then the pen and writes the words on the paper. So I don't know. It begs the question, was this a spirit talking through Claire, or was this Claire just talking to herself, really? Either way, she went on to live a wonderful, happy life. So spirit or not, it worked for her. And I wouldn't begrudge anyone happiness. So I hope you liked what you saw and heard. Please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, hit the like button, set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss another spirit episode. And Luna trying to get at the treats. It's the bag. This bag is amazing. She can't get into that somehow. Please tell your friends to like and subscribe as well and watch. And I thank you in advance, and I will talk to you later.